Hey guys, just a quick disclaimer. The YouTuber in this video I was talking about was McJuggerNuggets. I have heavily edited this vlog. It was originally about 25-30 minutes long. I managed to whittle it down, so if certain parts in the middle don't seem to make sense to you, there is a very good reason for that. The ultimate message of this is, will McJuggerNuggets answer my question that I posed to him about the PewdiePie position? That was a lot of P's in that sentence. And if you guys would like to see a full-length video on my childhood dream, an idea that has followed me to the future, then leave me a comment in the space provided below. Hey guys, how's it going? 3 vlogs in a row. Can you believe it? Have you ever heard of this? The PewdiePie position. Me personally, never heard of it before. I think I've just made it up. Don't take my word for it. I could be wrong in thinking that I'm the one who just came up with it. I'm sure probably many people before has come up with it. Now, that's not the topic of this whole conversation. The topic of this conversation is, what is the PewdiePie position? Now, to me, the PewdiePie position is, what would you do with all that money? What would you do with all that wealth? If you were as popular as PewdiePie and you were getting that much income, I'm going to do a Google search because I know something happened in 2014 that revealed information about his money. It says here, YouTube star PewdiePie made $7.4 million last year, but says he's tired of talking about money. Yeah, which is understandable. I know PewdiePie, I know his whole stance on the whole money thing. I like to believe that he is being honest and genuine about his claims that it's not about the money. When in actual fact, if anyone was telling the truth, then at this point in someone's YouTube career, it would become at least a little bit about the money. And there is no denying that fact, so what he said was a lie, but technically it wasn't because he truly believes it's not about the money. But that's semantics, it doesn't matter. This is not the topic of the conversation. In 1 year, he made $7.4 million. And he's pretty much guaranteed to make the same amount, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, year on year. Viewing statistics and ad revenue varies, and it's all a bit, it isn't worth explaining. I've been planning to make this video for a long time. I posed this question to a YouTuber. What is your stance on the PewdiePie position? What would you do with that money? I posed this question to a YouTuber today, in fact. He is doing this Q&A with his audience, and this is the first time I've posted a question to his Q&A, and I thought I'd make it a real head scratcher. I said, I've put you in the PewdiePie position. What would you do with the money? And then I gave him my little personal ideas of what I would do with the money as an honest answer, so he shouldn't feel uncomfortable answering this question because I already have. I said I would build a town and everyone's rent would be £1, you know, if you're in the UK, $1 if you're in America, you know, I just posed that. There would be £1 rent per week. I also stated to him that I was planning on making a video saying how this whole idea would work, and how, I didn't explain this bit, but how I've had this idea since I was a little kid. And I can hear it right now. I can hear people going, that's a terrible, how would that ever work? How would that ever work? Admittedly, yeah, it's an ambitious plan. Because this leads on to a thing that I was highly influenced by when I was a really young boy. I'm going to link 2 videos down in the description below. Actually no, I'm going to link just the one video that influenced me when I was young. You watch that video and you tell me it isn't some sort of a utopian idea. It sounds like the perfect world. And that's not what I'm trying to create. Don't fucking, it's impossible, you can't do this. No, I know. That's not what I'm trying to create. It's really hard to explain, considering this idea of mine has been in development for so many years of my life. And it would take an even longer video, or at least a very well structured video, for me to explain it all to you. I have just touched on this. This would be I've kind of twisted this idea to fit around the PewdiePie position. So in this particular circumstance, if I had gained the money through YouTube views, if I had that much money and I knew it was coming in year on year and I kept releasing videos and it just kept rolling in, then I've adjusted my idea to suit that. Then I would be building this town to give back to my community. If any people out there watched my content, I would say to them, if you're falling on hard times, live here for free. It is yours, it is your place. All you'd have to pay for at best would be the internet. I didn't want this video to be long at all. I'm gonna try and cut it down as much as I can because the last vlog I did was huge. I mean, 21 minutes I think it was, and that's ridiculous. If you want to hear the whole idea on this plan of mine, since this plan I first started developing when I was a child, so it had to have been something good for me to retain it all the way to me being an adult. And I'm still modifying ideas even today. If you want to hear how this whole system is foolproof, because I've touched on things and I might have fucked up a few things that I've said, but I assure you the whole plan is foolproof. It cannot fail. The only key component that's missing is money, obviously. And this isn't my sly way of asking you guys for that. This is me merely pointing out that if I were in the PewdiePie position, I would be able to push forward this plan to help other people rather than myself. At best, all I would do with the money is touch up my parents' house. I probably still live with my parents because I don't need anywhere else right now. I don't really feel like I need anywhere else. I would buy the land for my parents, so I would own the deed to the land, just so they are secure. They always have a place to live. Even if they can't afford the electricity, they still have a roof over their heads. And then, I don't know, I'd probably get to work on this town, if I could. I'd need a lot of land, and that would cost a lot of money. Anyway guys, hope you liked this video. I'm going to check on this guy's next Q&A video to see if he answers the question as honestly as he can, because I'm expecting a jokey answer from him, which is shit. It's such a shit thing to do. Where like you pose the question, what would you do with that sort of money? What would you really do? And then they say something jokey like, oh, I'd buy a lifetime supply of Chick-fil-A. Can't you be honest with your audience, please? I hope he is. I hope he's going to be dead honest with his audience and say something like, he might lie and say, oh, I'll give it all to charity. That's going to be a lie. Or he might say something like similar to what I've said but in a different light, like I'd go out of my way and I'd go out into the streets and I'd help the homeless, or I'd do something for someone who really deserved it. Not like if he said something like, oh, I'd give it away bit at a time in giveaways. I'm like, but that's not going to someone who deserves it. That could go to a right twat. You can't be that. You can't know in a giveaway. It's completely randomized. So we will see. We will see what he says, and I might do a little update on that in a future video explaining my whole future plan if I ever become wealthy. But for now guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want more content, social media links in the description below, and as always, I will see you in the next one.